Good morning. In this video, I'll discuss the structures to functions, arrays of structures, structures within structures, arrays within structures. Structure to functions. That means passing a structure to a function. A structure can be passed to any function from main function or from any subfunction. Structure definition will be available with the function only. It won't be available to other functions unless it is passed to those functions by value or address. That is the reference. Else, we have declared structure variables as a global variable. That means structure variable should be declared outside the main function. So this structure will be visible to all the functions in program. A passing structure to a function is three ways. First one is the passing structure to a function by value, passing structure to a function by address. Third one, no need to pass a structure, declare structure variable as a global. First one, passing structure to a function by value. In this technique, the whole structure is passed to another function by value. It means the whole structure is passed to another function with all members and their values. So this structure can be accessed from called function. Okay, this particular concept is very useful while writing a very big programs. See this particular program, this example. Hash include stdio, hash include string.h. Now this is the structure. This particular structure is that is the student. Student can contain ID, name, and also percentage. Void fun C struct student record. This is the function declaration. Struct student record. Struct student record. Record ID 1. String copy record name equals to Razu. Record percentage equals to 86.5. Fun C. Now the structure is the record. Now we are passing the structure is the function parameter, that is the record. Understood? Now void fun C struct student record, record ID, printing printf, record ID, printf, record name, printf, record percentage. Like this one we can pass. Understood? Now passing a structure to a function by address. In this program, the whole structure is passed to another function by address. It means only the address of the structure is passed to another function. The whole structure is not passed to another function with all members and their values. So this structure can be accessed from called function by its address. See this example. Now this is the structure. ID, name, and percentage same. Void fancy. Struct student star record, because this is the address we have to pass. Struct student record. Record the same thing here. Fancy ampersand record. Understood? Ampersand record. Void fancy struct student record struct student star record. Now this is the pointer. We have to use the indirection operator. Record ID, record name, record percentage. Understood? By using unless. The third one, no need to pass a structure. Declare a structure variable as a global. Structure variables also can be declared as a global variables. So when structure variable is declared as global, then it is visible to all the functions in the program. In this scenario, we don't need to pass the structure to any function separately. Functions can simply access all the structure members through its variables because they are global, that is available to all. Now see this one snippet. Now struct student. Now the same thing, ID, name, percentage. Struct student record. This is the global declaration. Understood? Why structure demo? This is the function declaration. Increment record ID, record name Razu, record percentage 86.5, struct demo. Record.id, record.name, record.percentage. That means here we are not passing the structure because this is the global. The structure is the global declaration. That means every function can be accessible that particular structure. Understood? Next one, arrays of structure. Arrays of structure. An array is a collection of elements of the same data type that are stored in continuous memory allocation. Continuous memory location. A structure is a collection of members of different data types stored in continuous memory location. An array of structure is an array in which each element is the structure. This concept is very helpful in representing multiple records of the file, where each record is a collection of dissimilar data items. As we have an array of integers, we can also have an array of structures. For example, suppose we want to store the information of the class student. Consists of the name, roll number, and marks. A better approach would be used to array of structures. Understood? Now, see this example. Now, the syntax is the struct tag name array of structure, that is the size. See this snippet. Struct student, char name 10, int roll number, float average, struct student s of 3. That means the three students who have to collect the information, who have to take the information. For that one, you have to use the array of structures s of 3. Defines the array called S, which contains the three elements. Each element is defined to the type struct student. Okay, understood? Now, consider this one. See this particular program. Now, this is the structure. Struct student s of 3. Struct student s of 3. Reading here. Now, I of 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. It means reading the three students, s of I, roll number, s of I, name, s of I, roll number, name, and also a name. Okay. Like this one, we have to collect this. Now, after this one, to calculate the student-wise total marks, we want to calculate the total marks for each student marks. That means here, once again, he wrote that for j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. Scanner percentage, t ampersand. Means total marks. After total marks for these three students are there. Student details. I'm printing the information about that particular student. Understood? Okay. Now, next one is the structures within structures. It is also called as the nested structures, and the process is known as the nesting of structure. A structure which includes another structure is called as the nested structure or structure within structure. That means structure can be used as a member of another structure. There are two methods for declaration of the nested structures. Now, this is the first syntax and this is the second syntax. See this one. There are the two methods I told them. First type and also second type. Struct tag name, type 1, type 2, this one. Okay, struct tag name, type 1, member 1. Now the struct tag name 1 var. Now in this structure, it is calling this particular structure. This is the one type. The second one, struct structure underscore nm, element data type element 1, element 2, element n. Structure underscore nm. This is also one more structure. Here, there the inner structure variable, the outer structure variable. This is also one type of the nested structure. Now, see this example. Program to demonstrate nested structure. See this one. Struct student res. Now this particular structure can contain the one more structure is there. Sorry. Struct stud marks cat subject mark nm in subject underscore mark. Here the inner variable of this particular structure is the marks. The outer variable is the result. If you want to access this one, result dot rno, result dot std. See this one. If you want to access this one, how to access? Result, the outer, we have to use that result, and inner is the marks dot subject underscore nm. Understood? Result dot marks dot subject underscore nm. Result dot marks dot subject underscore mark. Okay. Next one, arrays within structures. Arrays within a structure. That means it is also possible to declare an array as a member of structure, like declaring ordinary variables. For example, to store marks of the student in 3 subjects, then we can have the following definition of the structure. Struct student, char name 5, int roll number, int marks 3. When you observe this name and marks, this is the array. Then the initialization of the array of marks can be struct student S1, okay, very good, Ravi 34, and also next one 60, 70, 80. Now the Ravi is initialized to name, and 34 is initialized to roll number, and also 60 will be sent to S1 dot marks of 0. S1 of marks 1, that is the 70. S1 dot marks 2, that is the 80. Now here this is the first 0th element, this is the first element and also second element. The 0th element is the 60. Now S1 dot marks of 0 is contained in this one. Now next one is self-referential structure. A structure can contain which includes at least one member as a pointer to the same structure is known as the self-referential structure. See this syntax, struct tag name, type